Hey everyone, Jarek here, and Hyperstrange was kind enough to give me a preview key of their new upcoming shooter, Supplice. Supplice is being made by a well-known Doom modder by the name of Mekworx. Judging on his website, he's been working on Doom content since around 2006. It could be earlier, that was just the date I saw on his website. So it's probably no surprise that Supplice is a full game, being released on the GZDoom engine on April 6th. Tomorrow at the point of this video releasing. I want to clarify this video is not sponsored by Hyperstrange. They didn't pay me anything, they just gave me an early key. This video is, however, sponsored by Into the AM. I talk about Into the AM all the time. I'm not really sure what more I can say. I really do like their shirts. There's a ton of really cool designs. They're very comfortable. They don't shrink in the wash. They don't lose their softness when you wash them. I personally wash them in cold water and then just hang them up to dry, and they're basically good as new. And of course, they have a bunch of other products on their websites, hats, pants, coats, whatever you want. It's rare that I'm totally fine to shill for a company, but this is one of those companies. Their products are genuinely good, and I do wear them everywhere. So if you want some of this for yourself, you can go to intotheam.com/dragonshirts to get 10% off site-wide. They have a lot of deals on their website, and this 10% stacks on top of those deals. Okay, so Supplice. From the moment you open the game, you can immediately tell it is a GZDoom game. There's a few engines that are blatantly obvious what they are at the main menu. I think the source engine is another one. But it has all the options you would expect from a GZDoom game. Don't have much more to say. Ran perfectly fine on my computer without any problems. Graphically though, there is a ton of detail for a GZDoom game. And a lot of the atmosphere and enemy designs give me a heavy Aliens and Predator vibe. Those are literally just red alien eggs. That's almost literally just a Predator. And this music is so good. The music isn't just your generic metal that's supposed to give you tons of energy like most Doom games have. There's nothing wrong with that, I usually love those soundtracks too, but this music makes me want to explore more than kill.
Huh.
I think it does a good job adding to the atmosphere. And a lot of this music just sounds very familiar without being anything I've heard before. I can't put my finger on it. Supplice has 4 levels, starting with Helafex Station. Helafex Station? I think it's Helafex. Anyway, this is your introduction to the game. You start with only a melee weapon. You're working at a mining and research facility, so your melee weapon is a drill. At first glance, it may seem like a reskinned chainsaw, and its main function kind of is that, but that would be greatly underestimating this drill. Yep, its secondary function jibs enemies and launches you backward. Most starting melee Doom weapons are pretty terrible. This is one of the few exceptions. Anyway, this level as a whole is your introductory level. You only get base level enemies, and eventually you will pick up an assault rifle. This assault rifle functions like you would expect. It's fully automatic, fires somewhat slowly, but it does have a secondary function with a bit of zoom and turns at burst fire. This makes it very useful at range. There are 2 things that immediately made this game stick out to me. The first is that the level design is pretty intricate without being a maze that you get lost in. While you will need to pick up colored keys attached to colored doors, the level design funnels you the correct direction so you don't find yourself wandering around trying to figure out where to go. Seriously, how did Mekworx take this and make it a competent map that flows well where I don't get lost? I very rarely even had to open my map. The second thing that made this game stick out is there's actual story. Now, there's no voice acting or anything like that. You come across panels where an AI talks to you through a lot of text, for better or worse. If you don't care, it's totally skippable. But there is lore to this game. This AI is just a civilian AI, so it can't help contain the invasion. It, just like you, doesn't even really know what's going on, or who the invaders are. So you will help this AI try to contain the invasion and get people to safety. You never actually escort anyone or see any civilians, it's just kind of assumed that most of them are currently dead. And that's pretty much the first level. To be honest, at first, I was a little concerned that it might just be another GZDoom game, albeit a very polished one. But nope, it immediately starts picking up on the second level. The second level is Emerald Loop. This one might be my favorite level. There's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to lore, but it does open up gameplay-wise. Most importantly about this level, you get a rotary shotgun. Yeah, you heard that right, a rotary shotgun. It just would not be a GZDoom game without an awesome shotgun like this. You also get an upgrade to your assault rifle, and that upgrade is just another assault rifle. This fixes the relatively slow fire rate problem you had. And the split function remains the same, so it continues to be useful at range. The next level is Outpost Romeda, or is it Outpost Romeda? I'm really gonna need Mekworx to clarify on the pronunciation of these things. Anyway, this level is pretty similar to the previous level, except for it is bigger, you fight new enemies, and you get a new weapon. This weapon is called the Cyclomortar. It's pretty much this game's version of the rocket launcher as far as the weapon sandbox goes, but it feels very different. It's effectively a handheld napalm mortar. You will have to arc your shots, and your secondary fire is a charge shot. This level is where this game really starts to get that Doom feeling of going bonkers, of throwing tons of enemies at you, and now you have a weapon to deal with them. There is also infighting with these enemies, which is a lot of fun. The last level is Flux. It is specified as being a work in progress, but to me it feels pretty complete. I'm not going to show too much of it because, again, work in progress, I'm going to respect that. What I will show you is the new weapon. Yep, it's a chain gun that allows you to put it down and turn it into a turret. Okay, so that's Supplice in a nutshell. But is there any negatives I have about this game? Well, only one, to be honest. And it's not a very big one. That is the voice of the main character. It's not bad or anything, but she talks a little too much. She makes a noise pretty much every time she takes damage, and it seems to be louder than the rest of the game. She also makes a noise anytime you try to open a door or find a secret. This wouldn't be a problem, as Doom Guy does this too, except this is what you're going to be listening to.
Huh. Nope. 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 No. Nope.
This quickly gets grating. I could easily see some people not search for secrets just because they don't want to hear that all the time. Okay, so final opinions about Supplice. Well, it's a very polished GZDoom type experience. There's no reloading. You are going to find a lot of demon closets. If there's ever a switch in front of you, you should quick save because you know enemies are coming. It also has secrets, which I am still very bad at finding. To be fair, if you don't find the one behind the waterfall, you should get your gamer card revoked. It's not a revolutionary experience, and it's one of the few times where I can say, if you like what's on your screen, you're going to enjoy the game. You can pretty much tell what it is by looking at it. That is very rare. I find video games generally go the opposite direction, where people see something they dislike and then judge the whole game on that, and they play it and eventually come around. But this game, what you see is what you get. And as far as I'm concerned, you can never have enough GZDoom games. Something about this engine is just timeless. So hey, this game comes out tomorrow. If you like what you see, check it out on Steam. I want to give a huge thanks to my YouTube members. You can see them on screen here. If you want to join yourself, there is a join button next to the subscribe button. Big thanks to everyone that joins me on Twitch. If you want to check out my Twitch, there's a link in the bottom right. If you can subscribe, you get to see my videos ahead of time. And my Twitter handle is in the bottom left if you care about that before Twitter implodes on itself. Thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you next time.